Although it might be a little too little for larger hands, the $199 Switch Lite is a great dedicated portable with a great game selection. The Nintendo Switch Lite is a better system than the original Nintendo Switch in certain aspects, but having less features. It emphasizes the mobility that fans adored about the earlier version, while making it even simpler to bring along when traveling. Its compact appearance makes it ideal for travel, and the extended battery life will keep you entertained for even lengthy journeys. Additionally, it has access to one of the best game libraries ever created, which includes classics like Super Smash Bros., The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Animal Crossing: New Horizons. Ultimate, along with a ton of independent games, classic games, and third-party ports. The Switch Lite is a no-brainer if you want access to the top Nintendo Switch titles, and don't mind being constrained to handheld mode. However, some of the excitement of the $299 standard Switch is lost in favor of the smaller size of the Lite, and a few physical issues. The Switch Lite is just so lovely that I fell in love with it the instant I picked it up. With a small 8.2 by 3.6 inch appearance that feels more portable than the conventional 9.4 by 4 inch Switch, Nintendo's little Switch is one of the most cozy and beautiful handheld consoles I've ever touched. The Lite's white buttons stand out beautifully against the system's stunning color options. My personal favorite is the turquoise model, but the system also looks great in coral, yellow, and gray. In comparison to the glossy fingerprint-prone tablet on the standard model, the console's matte finish provides some nice added grip, and appears to be much less susceptible to smudges. The Switch Lite feels better manufactured than the Switch, despite being the smaller, less expensive Switch. With its detachable Joy-Cons and huge tablet display, the original Switch has a lot of moving parts, and while holding it in handheld mode, you can feel them all jiggling a little. However, the Switch Lite feels more like a true handheld than a display, with two controllers attached to the sides of it, because it is one solid piece of plastic. When I started using the Switch Lite on my daily commute, the advantages of its more compact appearance suddenly became clear. When I pulled out the smaller Switch to play some SNES games on the subway, I felt much less out of place than normal, and I found myself continuing to play it as I stood on the station in between trains. On my old Switch, which now feels enormous just a few days with the Lite, I'd never do that. Even so, I wouldn't likely stuff the Switch Lite in my shorts pockets without a case, because it barely fits in most of them. Even while the Switch Lite is clearly intended to be a handheld, it's difficult to ignore the need to. You won't be connecting this system to a TV, and while you can theoretically use wireless controllers with the Switch Lite for some tabletop multiplayer action, you'll need to purchase a separate stand in order to make that possible, due to the system's lack of a kickstand. Take a look at our best Nintendo Switch Lite accessories list to find one. Even so, I consider the Lite to be a virtually ideal personal device in terms of size and comfort, whether I'm using it at home to watch TV, or on the go to the bar. The buttons on the Switch Lite feel a little different from those on the Switch, but largely in a positive manner. While the ZL and ZR triggers feel as like they have just a little bit more give, the A, B, X, and Y face buttons are less snappy, but offer a softer, more satisfyingly longer travel. The Lite includes the same gyroscope as its larger sibling, which allowed me to precisely maneuver the system while playing Splatoon 2 and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. The Plus Control Pad directional pad, which replaces the individual directional buttons on the left Joy-Con, with the kind of genuine D-pad you'd expect on a portable console. Of course, the greatest modification to the Switch Lite's inputs. It's one of my favorite features of the Switch Lite, and also one of the things that aggravates me the most. The Lite's D-pad performed admirably as I feverishly dropped blocks in Tetris 99, and was a good companion for traversing simple platformers like Super Mario World and Mega Man 11. But as I discovered the hard way while straining to execute even the most basic special moves in the Street Fighter Anniversary Collection, I found it to be simply too small for more challenging games that call for extreme precision. Mortal Kombat 11's simpler inputs let me perform my regular combinations better, but I still had trouble maneuvering Sub-Zero as accurately as I would have liked. The fantastic Hori D-pad on my normal Switch has spoiled me as a fighting game enthusiast, so perhaps it's simply because I have large thumbs, but I found the little control pad to be underwhelming. As I carefully attempted to complete the death trap-filled courses of Celeste and Super Mario Maker 2, the system's more condensed button layout felt especially crowded. There were even a few instances where my thumb accidentally brushed up against the right analog stick while trying to press the face buttons. For more methodical games like Fire Emblem, Three Houses and The Legend of Zelda, Link's Awakening, the Switch's smaller D-pad and compact layout work nicely, but people with large hands could experience cramping while playing games that need a lot of dexterity. The analog sticks on the Lite could also cause some long-term issues. Joy-Con drift, which causes the Switch to detect little movements even when the sticks are not touched, has affected several Switch Joy-Cons. The analog sticks on the Switch Lite, which a recent teardown suggests may end up acting similarly to drifting Joy-Cons, necessitating the replacement of your entire system. The 720p touch display on the Switch Lite, which has been reduced in size from 6.2 inches to 5.5 inches, doesn't represent a significant compromise. Whether I was chopping up demons in Bayonetta 2's purple-hued underworlds for exploring The Legend of Zelda, Breath of of the Wild Sunlit Great Plateau, everything on the Switch Lite's display appear to be equally as brilliant and vibrant as the Switch's normal display. Due to the lower bezels and consistent chassis that don't detract from what's on screen, I actually think games appear a little more immersive on the Switch Lite. And I found out while scribbling some level ideas with my finger in Super Mario Maker 2, that touch controls perform just as well as they do on the original model. The battery life of the Switch Lite is rated at 3 to 7 hours, which is slightly longer than that of the original Switch, but falls short of the up to 9 hours that the 2019 Nintendo Switch update promises. The Lite lasted a reliable 3 hours and 50 minutes when we put it through our Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Battery Test, which entails continuous 8-player CPU smash with all items turned to the maximum. That is over an hour longer than the 2017 Switch's output of 2 hours and 45 minutes, but it is also beneath the 4 hours and 50 minutes that the 2019 Switch delivered. I just occasionally needed to plug the system in when using it on a daily basis over a few days of intermittent use. People who upgrade from the launch Switch will benefit from increased battery life, but for longer travels, we still advise obtaining one of our top portable charger options. The Nintendo Switch Lite's ability to play almost all of the finest Switch titles is one of its best features. This means that in addition to popular first-party games like Animal Crossing, New Horizons, Pokémon Sword and Shield, The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, and Super Mario Odyssey, you'll also have access to more obscure games like Celeste, Stardew Valley, and Cuphead. Nearly all of the Switch's games run smoothly on the Lite, making it one of the best game libraries of any current system. Only Switch games that support handheld mode can be played on the Switch Lite, which is a restriction. Therefore, you'll need to link a couple Joy-Con controllers and find a means to hold your Switch Lite up if you want to play games like 1-2 Switch, Super Mario Party, and Ring Fit Adventure on your Switch Lite. Thankfully, connecting Joy-Cons to Nintendo Switch Lite is a simple process. I don't need Nintendo's $199 handheld-only version of their massively successful platform, because I already own a Switch. But it's hard to resist the system's cute portable form. The Switch Lite is the model to acquire if you're seeking for the most affordable entry point into the Switch's fantastic game catalog. It's the ideal companion for traveling by subway, taking a plane, or just lounging on the couch. However, docking a conventional Switch and immediately continuing your portable gaming session on a TV, or slipping off your Switch's Joy-Cons and lending one to a friend for immediate tabletop smash matches, both have a certain allure. You would be better off with the $299 Nintendo Switch Standard model, if that aspect of the Switch experience is crucial to you. It's also important to keep in mind that there are growing speculations of a Nintendo Switch 2, which might soon provide Nintendo's hybrid platform with even more potent performance. Additionally, we discussed the modifications made to the original Switch to give it a somewhat more upscale mode in our hands-on, with the Nintendo Switch OLED. Overall, the Switch Lite is one of the greatest handheld gaming systems available, if all you're looking for is a dedicated handheld that plays fantastic games on the move. If you have any questions, we will expect them in the comments. Have a nice day and see you soon.